The following program is sponsored by The Greek, Ely's Radio Shack, dealer of 570 Altman in downtown Ely, and brought to you as a public service by Georgetown Media in Ely, Nevada. White Pine County Regional Transportation Commission meeting, November 17th, 2022.
I left at 10. Well, we stopped about 10 and cleaned up, and then
I'm so sorry.
we didn't follow the crowd down there.
Yeah, I've missed a few of them.
The bread was great. I enjoyed
You
it.
just keep saying that.
I did. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was like it was nice. I'm a bread fan.
Did you guys get them? Because we had about 4 or 5 of them extra.
Did you? I did. I got busy and did. It was. You did a great job. They did a great
I'll
job.
let Terry.
You what?
Oh,
No, he did great. It was all good. I think everybody enjoyed it. It was
hi, so sorry. Was I deep diving it?
I was in the same boat. I think I'm home last night and I'm thinking, oh my God, do I got a meeting in the morning?
Oh, I had it in my phone, 9 again, I would have been like a little last night, so I could read it all through.
Yeah.
Have I,
Are we on?
Yep.
All right, we'll call the Regional Transportation Commission meeting of November 17th order. We'll call, I'm here, Jim's here,
Here.
this all four of us here, 5, 6. We do the pledge of allegiance, Mr. Councilman.
Please follow me to pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Times, I just got it that fast. So, public comment, in New George, Force.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I got a major concern. I've not received meeting agendas for several months. I want to know why. At the County Commission meeting held on August 24, 2022, I voiced a concern that the Regional Transportation Board is not sending out agendas to those who have requested the agenda and supporting material to be presented at the meeting. On August 18, 2022, I attempted to attend that meeting after noticing a posting at the U.S. Post Office. When I showed up, there was nobody here. The library was closed. I then went to Basin Engineering Office, because you guys go there once in a while, and it was closed. I then went back to the library and asked Lori Romero if the meeting had been canceled. She did not know, but she was kind enough to call the road department and inquire if there's going to be a meeting. I was told there was no meeting, but there was no cancellation on the door. This is a violation of the open meeting law. I want copies of the past agendas, the backup material, and the minutes from those meetings. The last agenda and packet I have is dated May 23rd, 2022. Mr. Chairman, I've asked the city, the county, and other meetings, and I'm asking you, I'd like a complete list of parking permits the city of Ely and NDOT have given to those along Great Basin Boulevard. I can't park alongside my property. That was taken away from me. And then Ms. Bromberg and 2 other engineers said I needed a permit. Well, it's been months, almost a year. I want to know why some can park on the sidewalk or behind the sidewalk, and I can't. In particular, and I think I've showed you the pictures of the Copper Queen. They do it all the time. Same with the restaurant, same with the Bristolville Motel, but for some reason I'm blocked off. I still have an ongoing concern in regards to Avenue D behind the Prospector and Wheeler Machinery. no curb and gutter, you guys put in, that chip seal, you have to put in curb and gutter first, that's not being done. Mr. Chairman, City Code 11-4-4 has, specifics on how one, puts in curb gutter, sidewalk, and that's not being, adhered to. Recently, the NDOT put in new curb and gutter along Avenue D between 14th and 15th Street. No ADA access, no sidewalk. There's no way that an individual in a wheelchair can get past that riprap. I don't know who designed it, but that needs to change. You need to put them on notice. I've told them at different meetings, no response. But they can't circumvent city code, and they should know better. Also, on Avenue K in McGill, I don't know if the, at the old Kennecott Clinic, I don't know if it's a senior center, I don't know if that was an NDOT project, but that doesn't meet ADA. That's all new construction. It serviced a lot of seniors. That hasn't been addressed.
3 minutes. Thanks, George. Okay, item number 3, discussion for possible approval of Wright Brothers invoice for the installation of additional type 2 base material during the Murray Street Sewer Project Phase 3 that can remain and become part of the upcoming Murray Street paving project. Mr. Holman.
Yeah, so what this is up there when they were backfilling their material, they actually opted to come back in here and put some type 2 base in there. You know, they made some, you know, I guess made it easier for them or whatever to come back in and do this. They did ask us if we wanted to, maintain a foot base for that project or not, which was obviously a city-based project, and, you know, or drop it down because of the reconstruction of the road next spring. You know, our response to it said, well, no, just keep the foot of type 2 in there, because the only place there was type 2 on the plans was actually in just the pavement patch right near the manhole. So it's only a short section that actually had type 2 on the project. The rest was just gonna be the native material put back in with the anticipation of it gonna come back out again in the spring here. And so anyway, through that confusion or whatever, the miscommunication, they basically assumed that we meant to put type 2 everywhere, we didn't. They come back in and put type 2 all the way down that thing or whatever, and so this is what they come up as far as the costs associated with it. I told them I would come and bring this to the RTC to see if it was something that they were willing to, you know, pay this invoice, because it is something that this project is budgeted for next spring to go through, and this work that actually is completed here is stuff that we will not have to actually do next year. We will actually reduce our quantities next year when we go out to bid. So in a sense, this is kind of a wash, and you got a first little bit of it done at this point in time. And what was completed up there was a great project. They did a great job on this, and so I have no concerns with coming in and putting this as an option out in front of the RTC. I had a conversation with both the county public works director and the city public works lead manager about this exact situation and what we were looking at trying to possibly do right here. And they were both in supportive of it and understood exactly that this would be just deducted off of next year's quantities.
Okay, the question I have on that, and I'm glad to see treasurer's here, because on the bid, you know, they're talking about the CDBG funded. So is this $21,760 gonna be charged to the CDBG thing?
No.
Or, okay, so if it goes into the Murray Street Sewer Project, you say that's already been approved?
Yeah.
For next year?
No, this was done on part of the project that was just completed last year, that we just completed at the last city council meeting with their little change order for everything here. So that project, the sewer project is done. And so all of that stuff through the city is what goes through the CDBG portion of that funding. This portion of the paving project and the next phase in the spring didn't have no CDBG funding associated with it. And so, no, this has had nothing to do with CDBG funding.
Okay, so the $21,760, question to that, that'll go to the Murray Street Sewer Project Phase 3 account?
This year, no, it'll just go against our RTC
Just,
funding.
yeah, just the
that they
RTC
do
funding
first.
that
Because
budget
didn't the
for.
RTC, my understanding is CDBG does the sewer
Yep.
part of it, the RTC pays for the
Who's the
paving
paving?
part of it.
Yes,
Okay.
and so this will have nothing to do with any CDBG
Yeah.
funding or
Okay.
go to the part of that project.
So this, at the time when you pay the 21,760, that's the first dollar amount into this Murray Street. Paving project.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, cool, thank you.
Two different projects, two pots of money.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Three funds.
I'll make a
It's the same
motion
stuff.
to approve the 21,760.
Jim, all second, all in favor? Okay. Lindsay, on item number 4, we're not going to approve that, that's the wrong date.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
Okay, so we'll just carry that over to the next meeting. Back to public comment, George, anything else you need to bring up to this great board?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, at my property at 710 Avenue G, the ability to park alongside my property was there before they started. I took that picture May 17, 2021. As the project moved on, they kept that down and I got about an 8 to 10 inch drop from where I was able to park. They put in a sidewalk, a curb and gutter, and they also put in a meter pit of some kind, electrical, whatever, but it was 6 inches above grade on my parking lot. Then they came back and poured another 6 inches of curb and gutter. I've got a 1 foot drop coming off of my parking lot. That's a liability. That needs to be corrected. I've told the state NDOT, I've been to the 2 different NDOT committees that go around, the last one being the executive committee this last month. Nothing to date. I'm concerned about the selective enforcement. At Kempton and the Great Basin, you have a problem with semis coming across and cutting traffic completely. That road does not meet minimum requirements. That semi completely blocked the road, and as you can see, now you've got the oncoming, or the traffic coming off of Great Basin onto Campton up on the sidewalk. That's gotta be addressed. Recently, there was a semi that stopped in front of the Copper Queen, blocked traffic, and the person was unloading. Can't do that. That's a half-assed project. I've got an ongoing concern in regards to the ingress egress at Avenue D, where it meets Highway 93 near the new Holiday Inn. That stop sign keeps getting knocked over. It's way too narrow. Here's another picture dated February 8th. I've reported that numerous times. That has to be addressed. That needs to be opened up. On Great Basin and Altman, you got traffic coming off of Cal Ranch, and the people are driving in the opposite lane. That needs to be addressed.
I think, if I may, this is George, I think that was addressed at the last county commission meeting.
What's that? Wait a minute.
NDOT was here,
Oh, that's what, I think you talked about the executive committee.
yeah, where that,
I want to know if Mount Wheeler was ever notified that they may have to move some of their power poles on the projects, phase 1, 2, and 3 in Murray Street. There is no access off a sidewalk past those telephone poles, and then with the 3-year notice, they should have known better. It hasn't been addressed, and you still have the same problem.
Mr. Chairman, with your 30-second interruption, please.
thank you, George,
I
again.
want some answers, and the information I requested, Mr. Chairman, I want that. There's no need for an open meeting.
You're done,
complaint.
George. George, you're done, yeah.
Maybe I'll consider
All
that.
right. Anything else brought before the board? If not, we'll adjourn.
So moved.
So we'll second, Lord beats to.
That's on the draw, waiter.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
No, you're fine.
Still got done some other time.
At the commission meeting yesterday, who else resigned as president of education and Calder board?
The EOC van.
Brett.
Yeah,
Good thing you never forward there.
You're not the first person to say that.
Oh, no.
You gotta get these people to start doing their jobs, Wayne. This has been a Georgetown production. George Chachis reporting.